The video game Minecraft has the unique position of being woven into pop culture, especially among younger people. With few exceptions, if you ask someone under the age of 30 about Minecraft, they will have at least heard of it. That common knowledge puts Minecraft in a position where it doesn't have as much obligation to make their game covers entirely indicative of what the game is about. Rather, they can shift the cover's appeal to nostalgia. That doesn't mean that the game cover, specifically the one from the Google Play Store's version of the game, doesn't sum up what the game is about. Covers are supposed to summarize the game they represent, and Minecraft's cover achieves this goal through its use of color, its composition, and the appeals to nostalgia. Their audience is not limited to one small group of people. Instead, it uses these appeals to draw in anyone who has a desire to play Minecraft. To start, let's take a look at the visual elements of the piece. There are all sorts of things to unpack here. One of the most striking things is the color composition of the cover. The majority of the cover is done with natural colors, specifically blue, green, and brown. Generally, these colors are calming. They reference the natural world and give off a very peaceful and calming atmosphere. It is notable that this makes up a very large part of the cover, because it mirrors the game itself. Minecraft is a very peaceful and calming game. You can spend hours and hours doing nothing but exploring the natural world of Minecraft, which is a huge draw to the game. To many, Minecraft is a great way to relax after a hard day, and it's obvious that the designer wanted to make that aspect clear. To start on this next point, let's establish the definition of mobs, a word I'll be using in the future. Mobs, in Minecraft vocabulary, are the various creatures in the game: sheep, pigs, creepers, zombies, endermen, and any creature in Minecraft is considered a mob. Now that that is established, let's take a closer look at the cover. When you look at the center of the image, specifically near the cave with the monsters, you see a faint yellow light emanating from the entrance of the cave. Yellow light isn't something you commonly see in nature. Usually, when we see it, it's man-made, which separates it from the natural theme of the rest of the cover. The yellow light here is used to imply the unnatural element of the monsters, and it almost makes the viewer wonder what's inside the cave. Who's been in there before? What is emitting that yellow light? It adds an element of mystery and adventure to the piece. Both parts of the scene imply an abundance of potential, both in the natural and man-made world, which are two huge elements of Minecraft. Another visual element is the choice of characters and objects put in the image. There are all sorts of creatures that populate the world of Minecraft. However, not all of them are immediately recognizable. The choice to include the skeleton, spider, creeper, and zombie are very intentional. That, along with the mobs at the top, the pig, sheep, and dog, and the Steve character, appeal to the visual nostalgia of the game. Alex, a more recently added gender-neutral player character, is also featured at the top with Steve to convey that Minecraft is inclusive and is for everyone. Many of these iconic Minecraft monsters and characters have been in the game from the beginning, and have been used as symbols of the game from the start. By choosing to include these icons, they tell returning players that parts of the game are the same as they always have been. It still has the same characters, the same mobs, and by extension, the same things they know and love about Minecraft. Another thing to note is the overall composition and scope of the piece. There's so much going on in this image. The player characters and mobs in the foreground, the villager house in the bottom left corner, and the mountains in the huge sky. And there's a minecart and a crafting table just behind the player characters. Everything is in motion, and it gives the viewer a grand sense of the potential of the game. The angle of the shot in the cover has you looking down from above. This zoomed-out perspective gives the viewer a sense of promise, wonder, and adventure. There is so much you can do in the game of Minecraft, and this cover really wants you to know it. As a final example, I have personally played Minecraft on and off for several years. After each break, I have a chance to be re-immersed in the game and see what about it has changed. While the elements that have been mentioned are effective tools that help bring new players in to try the game, they also help older players return. By keeping the scope and the styling consistent throughout the years, returning players are reminded of the fun they had when they last played. Despite how long ago it was, I can still remember playing on a Minecraft server for the first time with my friends. That memory, along with many more, are triggered whenever I see the game, whether it's someone else playing it or promotional art like the one in the Google Play Store. The colors, composition, and scope of the Minecraft game cover allow it to draw in both new and old players, providing enough excitement to keep the game appearing fresh while still maintaining the classic charm. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some very important matters to attend to.